And welcome back to Law and Crime Daily, everybody. We finish off in Brooklyn with yet another defamation case where a preacher is suing a radio host for $50 million. Lamor Miller-Whitehead, known as the Bling Bishop, is suing radio personality Tarsha Jones for comments that she made on her morning show. The preacher was robbed in July while live streaming a sermon, losing over $1 million in jewelry, and according to the lawsuit, Jones made false statements on her radio show in September, calling the bishop a, quote, drug dealer and claiming that he was using the church to hide old drug money. The suit also accuses Jones of saying the preacher, quote, assaulted the young lady when he allegedly grabbed a young woman by the neck mid-service. Whitehead was handcuffed after that incident, but released by police hours later. Right now, Jones doesn't have a lawyer listed in court records, and he hasn't spoken publicly on the lawsuit. Terry, we have seen a lot of defamation lawsuits filed in the last few months, many involving celebrities. And just because you file a lawsuit doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to win one, right? I mean, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Jesse, this is an interesting case, and it has multiple twists and turns. It also makes you think about before you say something on air. Many people were very skeptical about this robbery. Some even blamed Bishop Whitehead for being ostentatious with his jewelry and other valuables. But Whitehead thought that several people went way too far in their commentary. He's suing Jones for several statements she made on September 13th when she was on air speaking to thousands of viewers. According to the complaint, Jones said that Whitehead was a drug dealer, as you mentioned, and that he's using all of this old money that he got from his drugs in the church. I actually spoke to Bishop Whitehead's attorney, his name is Brian Ponder, who confirmed that additional lawsuits have already been filed against people who allegedly made defamatory remarks, including a lawsuit against air personality Larry Reed. Ponder said that he keeps a running list, get this, of people who he may sue for those remarks that they're making. It sounds like there may be quite a few people on that list. But Ponder explained exactly why Tarsha Jones is at the top of the list. He mentioned the requirements to bring a defamation case, including the need to show actual malice when a public figure is involved. Take a listen.
These allegations are not couched in, being alleged, and radio personalities, they know how to have commentary that's commentary versus defamatory statements that are maliciously made to cause significant damage to someone. But the way she made these comments were in fact with malice and very calculated to cause damage. It's almost as if she had some type of vendetta against Bishop Whitehead. And yeah, it's very unfortunate. It's very, very damaging. I don't, you would think, because this lady, Miss Jones, was previously reprimanded at another employer for making, statements that were improper. So you would think she would have learned a lesson, but apparently not. But yes, definitely, I think without question, the particular statements we pulled out were the ones that were very malicious. And without question, in our opinion, she and her employer, Paramount, will be found liable.
You know, Jesse, I also asked Ponder if he could prove actual damages, which, as you know, is a required element in a defamation case. He confirmed to me that after Jones's remarks, several of Whitehead's investors stopped investing their money. So it sounds like there could be real damages in this case.
Brian, again, we've seen multiple defamation lawsuits in recent years. Johnny Depp against Amber Heard, the case that was brought by the families of the Sandy Hook victims against Alex Jones. Do you think that people are just suing for the sake of suing? I know anybody could sue anybody for anything, but is that what's happening here?
I mean, people in this country are very litigious, so that could be a part of it. But you listed those major cases. Maybe people are just becoming more and more aware of this being a way to recoup losses, especially when their reputation is damaged. Say what you want to say about the Bling Bishop. Too ostentatious, too many jewelry. Maybe this is not the way the Bible should be preached. But when you go after a public figure in this way and they lose money, they lose sponsors, they lose people going to their church, the law does afford them with a way of recouping those losses. He lost $1 million when he was robbed. Now he's looking for 50. I think he might be making out on top at the end of the day when it comes to this case, especially if they can prove actual malice, and it seems like a possibility here.
I think the biggest takeaway is defamation lawsuits very important, but each one is pretty independent. You can't, just because it was successful or unsuccessful in one case doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the same result in another, and I think that probably is the best takeaway from learning about these cases. Brian Terry, great to have you on. Thanks so much for joining us here on Law and Crime Daily. We're going to see you next time as we discuss justice in America.